got Ben here. We've just done HEX. Oh my gosh, man, finally it's reopened after all these years, man. I can say years because it really does feel like it's been like 2 centuries, literally have. But your thoughts though, man?
Yeah, impressed, really impressed. Just so nice to have it back, isn't it? Just, to get this massive attraction back, been going on it for years. So yeah, it's nice to have it back and yeah, really impressed.
Right, so Tom, we've just done HEX. First opinions that have come from this.
I've not done it in 11 years, so wow, what a ride.
11 years?
11 years. What a ride. The lighting is fantastic. I can kind of make out what's new, which is mainly like lighting and stuff, and the fact it works.
Yeah.
But wow, what a ride. That is definitely one of the best dark rides in the UK. Definitely rivals Curse, and both are here, so it's a win for Alton Towers.
Ben, we have just done, obviously, the VIP, the first to actually ride HEX itself.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, man?
It's very good. A lot of the effects working, obviously, that we lost in the last few years, but I think it's a bit too bright. That's my first thing on it, but it's a lot smoother, the actual ride experience. Less of that clunking, less of that rattling, but yeah, there's a lot of improvements in there, especially like the lighting, the pre-shows, the pyro and the generator. I think the audio's had a slight rework, but I can't really tell. But yeah, it's definitely an improvement, but it's just, I think the disco lights are a bit too over the top.
Someone else said that, like with the tree and stuff, it was like, I've got more, there's more lights on there, like my Christmas tree, man. It's ridiculous, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. It was like when Duel got renovated a few years ago and it was all the bright lights, but I think if that had been toned down a little bit, then it could have been really something special, but it's still definitely...
First off, what's the cookie like?
It's really nice. It's really nice. It's my second as well.
Wow, there it is.
I know.
So more important, HEX itself, obviously we've just been the first people to ride it. Your thoughts?
We have. I think it's amazing. It's so good. It's so beautiful. It's honestly stunning.
Good to be back.
It's so good to have it back. Like, honestly, I just feel so grateful that we got to go on it. And I know that sounds really bad for everyone behind us, but honestly, thank you so much for Alton Towers. And yeah, I'm just so pleased it's back. And I can't wait to get back on it.
So we're with Mrs. Alton Towers here, co-political Beth.
As Bianca stands over there.
We're with Beth. Beth, HEX is back.
I know. I absolutely love it. I like HEX. Can't go through it too many times. It does make me feel sick. But that time, it didn't. And I love the lighting changes. I think that's fantastic. Especially like in the vault itself, like when you see the actual big tree. I like that funky effect. What was
Big tree.
I actually call it Ode Spooky Twiggy.
Ode Spooky Twiggy.
Ode Spooky Twiggy.
Okay, all right.
Good ride. Did you like it?
I loved it. I think, honestly, right, I rode that ride so much as a kid, right? My parents would gone 13 because I was too scared to go on it. I would ride HEX 4 times on my own.
Nice.
And like HEX is like my ride, and I'm so happy that it's back open. And it's great.
Okay, we've got Kit with us. Oh yes, what a legend you are, my friend. We've just obviously ridden HEX for the first time in 2024. Your thoughts, man?
I really liked it. I went on this ride like the year it opened, and I've been coming sort of pretty much ever since. And I think they've done a good job. There are going to be some people bitching and moaning about it, which is fine, but generally I'm happy with what they've done. They couldn't keep it how it was because it just wouldn't last. They had old CRT TVs, the lighting technology was old and dated, so it did need to change. I think my only moan maybe is the branch. That looks a bit party.
It looks like a Christmas tree, like it's gone crazy.
It does. It looks like my twinkly Christmas tree. Watch my twinkly vids on my YouTube channel. Yeah, no, but otherwise, I'm really happy with it. I love that they kept the original video for the opening. That's really good. And also in the queue line, they've kept the original video. So they've sort of mixed a bit of old and new, which I think it needed.
Okay, we've got Coach Dad Chris here. We have just done HEX for the first time in 2024, for a long time, in fact. Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think that the sound is a lot better. The lightning effect they did in that pre-show, that was really, really good. Maybe overdid it with the twinkling tree branch.
Yeah.
Somebody said Christmas tree. I kind of get what they're saying. But yeah, no, listen, it's good to have it back. And I guess the question is it more reliable? That's the thing.
Oh, TikTok extraordinaire right here. So we've just done HEX, the Legend of the Towers. What did you think? First opinions?
Well, it's HEX. It's HEX. It's good. It's good. No, to be fair, it's HEX. Like, we've all ridden it before. It's very good. The lighting there's a lot of new lighting. Maybe tone the lighting down a tiny little bit. The disco ball thing at the end, maybe.
Disco ball.
The disco ball. Yeah, I was having a rave in there. He's having a rave. maybe tone that down a little bit and it'd be perfect. Like, I forgot how well themed it is in there. Like, when you're walking through like the octagon scene into the vault, like, it is really well themed, and it is the best madhouse like out there. It is the best madhouse.
It's absolutely awesome. It's great to see the changes. It's nice to see that it'll be relevant for future generations like my son, who I'm sure will love getting back on it after waiting for so long.
Cool. What do you think of the twinkly lights on the branch?
Honest opinion?
Yeah.
It's Christmas come too soon. Let's do away with the twinkly lights. I've just bought a twinkly tree for my garden. Don't tell the missus, but it's like they've got the twinkly tree before me. You know, you can control it from your phone.
We've got the Kershaw Adventures right here. We've just done, obviously, HEX for the first time in 2024.
Yep.
Oh my God, finally, it's open. What are your thoughts so straight away?
That was great. We really enjoyed it, to be fair. Yeah, really atmospheric. So yeah, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, really cool.
Now, obviously, everyone's banging on about the twinkly lights with the tree. What are your thoughts?
Do you know what? We don't mind it. So like, we're not people who come here all the time on HEX. I get sickness quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's something, we have a little lad that we used to have with us. So again, something like it's a little bit darker theme. But to be fair, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Good.
It's so good that it's back.
100%. It needs it though, doesn't it? Let's be honest, Alton Towers does need a dog.
100%. Yeah.
It's just amazing to have that ride back, like stepping back in there. I know we stepped in the wrong way because we went through the like ride access and then walked backwards and then walked back through the ride. But to be back in that queue line alone and then the ride itself, oh, it's amazing. I love the upgrades as well, you know. Like they could have just opened it with the new system, but they've actually added some things in there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really good.
Your thoughts on about the tree?
The sparkly tree. I'd say the one thing I would say is I remember it sparkling towards the end of the ride originally, I think Emily said, but I'd quite like it if that was toned down a bit throughout the ride.
It looks like a Christmas tree.
And there's a projection at the top of the room that maybe could have been there, shouldn't have been there, I don't know, but other than that, it's really good.
We've just done HEX, obviously for the first time 2024. Your thoughts?
I think it's incredible. I think it's so good. The lighting, I noticed the little candles were lit, which is lovely. Yeah, I noticed that. And the face and everything. I don't want to spoil it too much, but the lighting, everything is so much better. Yeah.
A lot of people are discussing about the Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree.
That's what we're going to call it now, the Christmas tree. Your thoughts?
Christmas tree. I mean, I don't mind it, but then anything bright and colourful I love. So maybe it's a bit Emily-fied. I understand it, but I love it. I think it's brilliant.
And then what we're asking people is the original or this version, 2024?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. The nostalgia. I think just for the fact that they've restored it and everything. I think this one, just with the lighting and everything, but I feel like the original one no one will ever replace.
Overall, I'm more on the good side. I really like what they've done. There's a lot of light in there, there's a lot of new effects, there's a lot of things to see, and I think that's the most important thing, is the fact that it will be re-rideable. You can go in there, you can experience it once, you can go back round, and you can see a lot more the second time as well. But yeah, huge improvement.
So we're here with Will. Will, you've just been on HEX The Legend of Towers, the 2024 edition. What's your initial thoughts?
I actually liked it, Jake, out there. I thought some of the scenes were a little bit hard to understand sometimes, but when I did go into the vault itself, I actually thought when we were swinging up and down, the lighting in there was good. I really liked that. You've also got some of the pieces in there. I thought one of them probably wasn't working, but it's okay for now.
Well, we're asking everyone, and obviously because we're a controversial channel, that's what we do. The original or the new version?
I like the original sorry, not the original, the new version rather, personally. I think it's very different, it's very family orientated, it's going to be great for kids to go in there. My son's got autism and ADHD. For him, that's going to be a visual spectacle, it's very sensory. So yeah, new version for me.
Oh, that's a hard question, because if you look at the original a couple of years ago, when everything wasn't working, I'd definitely take this. But if you look at the original maybe 10 years ago, it's hard to say. I think I'm just going to prefer this, though.
Do you prefer like HEX like in the past, like 10 years ago, or do you prefer HEX as in its current state that we've just experienced right now?
I don't know if I remember it well to answer that, to be honest. I think right now it's a fantastic package. If it was less than this before, then it's only better now.
This version or the original?
Probably the original, but yeah, it's nice to not have it clunking and stuff like that, isn't it? Because it was really clunky before, wasn't it? But yeah.
The original or this version?
I'm going to say this version.
I'd say this HEX. Yeah, I like
agree.
lights.
I would say No, actually, no. I'm going to say this one because the last time I rode it, it was quite a sad experience. It was a bit clunky. It couldn't park properly, and we were sat there for ages, and it wasn't very fun. But yeah, this one. Let's go for this one.
We aren't asking though, the original or the this version.
I'm going to be controversial and say this version.
Okay, no, it's cool.
Mainly because I can barely remember the original one. So yeah, I'm going to go with this one.
Again, we didn't do it that often beforehand, so I'm going to go with the newer version because it's here now.
Newer version, your thoughts?
Yeah, newer version.
New version.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I did the old one. I don't know. I'd say probably the new one. I think they're very similar, but I just like some of the lighting upgrades, especially in the octagon and stuff, and with the spark. Like, all of that was incredible, so yeah, new one in my opinion.
Compare HEX to 10 years ago and compare HEX to today. Realistically, what would you prefer?
Somewhere in between, maybe. Yeah. Somewhere in between. I like that I think someone said they're batching people from out here now, so the whole queue line thing, you walk through and you don't actually queue in there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. But so I'd like to do it as not going through the back door, and we're going through that way to get the full experience of how it's actually going to be like. But I think somewhere in the middle, I think HEX was almost perfect anyway. And the fact that this is going to be more reliable, it's going to be open pretty much all day long, no downtime and stuff, hopefully, is a win. Like, that's what it needed anyway. It needed reliability sorting.